Assalamu alaikum children. Welcome back to the science class for the grade 4. This is lesson number 2, eating for life food part 3. In the previous two videos we have studied about the components of food, the five main nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals in detail, and about water and roughage also we have discussed. And we have also studied food pyramid and balanced diet, and food groups also like energy giving food, bodybuilding food and protective food. So in today's video we shall be discussing about raw food and cooked food, and why do we need to cook food, and how to preserve food. So different methods of preservation we will see. Let's start our session. Raw food is food that we eat without cooking. For example, fruits are eaten raw. We don't cook the fruits, right? So the raw food means which we don't cook, which we eat in the same form. We also eat some raw vegetables such as tomato, cucumber, carrots and onions. Some vegetables and cereals cannot be eaten raw. We need to cook them before eating. So some vegetables and some beans we need to cook it. We cannot eat it raw. For example, we cook vegetables such as potatoes and cereals such as rice. Rice and pulses also we cook for before eating. So, why do we need to cook food? Actually, food is cooked to make it soft and easy to chew and digest. See, some vegetables like we are talking about potatoes and spinach and other leafy vegetables. If we eat without cooking, so what will happen? We cannot chew it properly, first of all, and our digestion will not takes place properly with these things. So we need to cook it to make it soft, to make it easy to chew, and to make it able to digest. To make it edible and tasty, we cook food to make it tasty. See, we add different ingredients to the vegetables and mutton and chicken curries for making it tasty. Hmm? And to kill harmful germs, whatever the harmful germs will be there in the raw food, it will be killed by cooking it at high temperature. Here are some tips for cooking healthy food. Always wash vegetables before cutting. Food should be cooked in just enough water to retain the nutrients. Do not throw away excess water, as this results in loss of nutrients from the food. So what are the best ways of cooking? So always wash vegetables before cutting it. After cutting, if we wash it, so the nutrients may wash away. And food should be cooked in just enough water. We should not add much water for cooking, because its nutrients will get lost. Okay. Do not overcook food, as it may destroy the nutrients. If we overcook any vegetable, so it may destroy its nutrients. So we should cook at the proper extent. We should not overcook it. Okay. Now when we discussed about the ways of cooking and tips for cooking, and the next main thing is to preserve food. Preserve food means protecting it from making being destroyed. So food does not remain fresh for a long period of time. Food does not remain fresh for a long period of time. After some time it begins to spoil. So why does it happen? Moisture and warmth. See, because of the moisture and because of the temperature or humidity, it can cause germs to grow on food, causing it to decay. Food is important for us to stay alive. We should neither waste it nor allow it to spoil. The method by which we can prevent food from spoiling is called preservation. So, what is preservation? The method by which we can prevent food from spoiling it, protecting food from spoiling. Okay, this method is called preservation. Okay, so we can preserve food by using different methods. Here are some methods uh, given. They are refrigeration, drying, salting and pickling, and sugaring. By using these methods, we can preserve food for a long time. First method is refrigeration. Refrigeration is nothing but freezing. Mostly we keep our food after after taking our meals, which leftover food will be there, that we keep in refrigerator. That is freezing. In this method, food items are preserved by keeping them cold. So after cooking also, when leftover vegetables and whatever the ingredients will be there, if you want to keep it for a long period of time safe, we have to keep in a refrigerator. If we leave it openly in the kitchen, so it may spoil very soon. So we refrigerate food items such as milk, fruits and vegetables to keep them fresh. Some items are properly packed and frozen to preserve them for a much longer period, like potato chips, and finger chips, hmm, and fish, chicken and prawns also we can preserve it by keeping in freezer for a long period of time. When peas are not in season, we can use frozen peas. So the things which are not available in every season, we can preserve it in the freezer, and we can use it frequently. Okay. Next method of preservation is drying. In this method, food items are dried by removing moisture from them. So whatever the water content or water drops or moisture content will be there in the food, if we make it dry, we can keep it for a long period of time. Cauliflower, brinjal, gourd and methi leaves are dried to preserve and use them over a longer period of time. Milk is dried to form milk powder. Milk powder can be used over a longer period of time. Okay, by the drying method also we can preserve food for a long period of time. Next method is salting and pickling. Salt draws out moisture and prevents growth of microbes. Salting is used to preserve meat and fish. Adding salt to to different food items can preserve it from spoiling. Pickling is often used to preserve fruits and vegetables. In this method, fruits and vegetables are placed in an edible liquid such as vinegar or vegetable oil. We commonly use pickles of onions, garlic, ginger, carrots, and raw mangoes. Hmm? Okay. Next method is sugaring. Some fruits can be stored in the form of jellies. Some fruits are stored by first drying them and then storing in sugar syrup. So by keeping in a sugar syrup also we can preserve food items. By salting method, by drying and refrigeration, we can preserve the food for a period of time. Okay, students, here our lesson completed. Now we will see some textbook exercises. Then I'll forward you words for practice and question answers. You have to copy in your notebooks, your classworks. Okay, let's see first our exercises in the textbook. Here are some fill in the blanks. First one, vitamin good for the eyes. Which vitamin is good for eyes? Vitamin A. Vitamin good for teeth and bones. Answer is vitamin D. An important mineral that the body needs to make hemoglobin. Which mineral is important for making hemoglobin? Iron. The nutrient group found on the top of the food pyramid. In the food pyramid, which nutrient you have seen? Fats, which we should take in less quantities, uh, small amounts. A diet that contains all the nutrients in our body needs. So that is balanced diet. Okay. So these are the fill in the blanks. Solve it in your textbooks. Now we will see. Choose the correct option. First question is vitamins and minerals are. Which food they are? Bodybuilding food, energy giving food, not important, or protective food. So vitamins and minerals are protective food. Next one is sugar and starch are type of. Answer is carbohydrates. Growing children need more protein because protein is bodybuilding food. Dash is known as sunshine vitamin. Which is sunshine vitamin? Vitamin D. But in the presence of vitamin D, our body makes, sorry, in the presence of sunlight, our body makes vitamin D. Salt is enriched with dash, which is an important mineral. So salt is enriched in iodine. Pickle is preserved with dash and oil. Salt is correct answer. Okay, so these are the tick the correct option questions. So all of you try to solve in your textbook and write your notes, which I'm going to forward you. Answer in detail and answer in brief. Um First write words for practice and write question answers and complete your notes. In the next week we will start lesson number 3, inshallah. So till then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.